I'm meteorologist Monica Woods looking at our regional headlines heading into what will be a rather cool stretch of weather. Tracking showers for the coast, below average temperatures for the valley. In the foothills, a dry weekend. Great opportunity to get up there for Apple Hill. And you may want to get up there to see the leaves as well in the Sierra, because we've got rain and snow heading our way, which is going to knock down a lot of that foliage. In the meantime, let's take a look at that weekend forecast. Apple Hill, again, we're looking at mostly dry conditions, a little on the cool side, 60s for Saturday and Sunday. Morning lows in the 40s and 50s. That should really get some of those leaves changing on the lower elevations. Lake Tahoe starting off with a few showers, should clear nicely though by the afternoon on Saturday. By Sunday, highs will be in the mid to upper 50s. I mentioned some of that foliage up top for the Sierra. Take a look at some of these gorgeous photos. These are going to be some of the peak color that we're seeing in the higher elevations. In fact, we've got some great color going on right now for the Sierra. It's starting to come down the hill for places like Plumas County and Quincy, starting to see some of those gorgeous red colors as well. Here's a look at our average peak color. When do we usually see this coming down the hill? Well, it moves down the hill at a pace of about 500 to 1,000 feet per week, especially dependent on those cool temperatures that will really accelerate some of those colors coming out. Right around mid-October is when we start to see that popping up through parts of the foothills. It doesn't really appear on the valley floor until early November, so we have a little bit of time to go there. In terms of our temperatures, now we get a punch of that cold air coming in for our Friday. We've got that band of rain just up to the north of I-80. It does sweep through with the tail end of this coming through by early Saturday. A slight chance of some early morning showers, and then things actually dry out for our Saturday afternoon and Sunday forecast. Now that is ahead of a wetter weather system that will bring bigger rain accumulations. Right now it looks like the path is going to hug the coast, so you can see those accumulations will be anywhere from about 1.5 inches to over 2 inches of rain compared to the valley, and the east side of the valley closing in on about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. It's still pretty early in the game, a lot to be determined. The first band of rain comes through late Friday through early Saturday. This one kind of weakens as it moves through Northern California. The next one is more organized, holds a lot more moisture, as you can see with our moisture tracker, but it looks like it is going to be hugging the coast, and that's why we see those bigger precip totals along the coast than for the valley, the foothills, and the Sierra. A lot to track, though, into early next week. Highs in the meantime for our Friday forecast, near 60 for the Tahoe Basin, 60s and 70s for the foothills. And again, traveling southward, highs are in the 60s. Beautiful time to get up and enjoy some of that peak color, especially in Mono and Inyo counties. We're going to see some great color there. 70s for much of the inland areas. On the cooler side, we should be still in the low 80s. 60s and 70s along the central coast. Inland areas, we're back near 80 degrees. Bay Area forecast, we're going to be tracking a lot of rain early next week, but for the weekend, we're looking good. Highs are going to be close to 70 for the Bay. Mid-70s as we head inland. Along the northwest coast, 50s and 60s. We're in the 60s and 70s for inland areas. Red Bluff only up to 70 for our Friday afternoon. For the capital region, we're in the 70s region-wide. Overnight lows falling into the 50s. It's going to be a cool start to our Saturday. Okay, a lot to unpack in our extended forecast. We are getting a variety of weather. This is that transition season, though. 60s for our Friday. We fall to the 50s on Saturday for the mountains. 40s ahead next week with, again, tracking rain and snow. For the foothills, gorgeous weekend on tap, but we fall to the 50s by early next week. And again, for the Bay Area, could see the brunt of this latest storm come in for Monday and Tuesday along the coast. That would bring a lot of early season rain for the coastal communities. 3-day forecast, we got that chance of light showers late Friday, early Saturday. Highs will be about 10 degrees below average, and then we drop even cooler than that into the 60s next week. Bigger rain event coming in Monday into early Tuesday. Again, we're tracking the path of that. If it indeed hugs the coast, we'll get less in the way of accumulation, but a cooler weather pattern nonetheless. Not really warming back into the 70s until we get to the end of next week into the following weekend. Overall, this is a cooler than average forecast.